8. Inside of 2. Out of DeBerry, Texas, that'll be Greg Atwood. Greg Atwood in 101A. We're going to get on demand on Race on Texas. Jeremy Laxton in car number 74. We're underway on demand on raceontexas.com. Oh, my goodness gracious. It's getting wild out here, folks. Travis Bowden starts shotgun in car number 11 with a new wrap on it. And he can't get out of harm's way. I mean, my goodness. Travis says, thank you. Thank you very much. The pair of blues with orange letters lead off of turn number 4 in the form of the 45 Randy Cox. Randy Cox off of turn 4. Down the straightaway has about a 4-car length advantage on the 101A of the DeBerry Texan Greg Atwood. Atwood runs comfortably in the second spot down the back straightaway to turn number 3. Tick-tock goes the racing clock. And off of 4, it'll be 2 laps to go for Randy Cox in 45R. Final time down the back straightaway for the driver of the 45R machine. 18-year-old recent graduate from high school. He'll roll off of turn number 4 and get himself a head of steam and some confidence heading into the main event tonight. His fan club is cheering up and down. It's the 45R Randy Cox, your victor. Woo. I gotta be careful with these flip-flops. Getting ready to climb out. He's out of the car. Randy Cox in 45R, your Trophy Dash winner tonight. Let's get a quick word here with a young man on the raceontexas.com cameras. Man, I pulled into the pits this evening and I stopped and talked to you for a few minutes. And man, you started off the year so strong. You really broke out. You acquired this car from Jeff Lewis, a very well-respected racer out of the Arklatex. And, man, you really showed up and showed out this year. You went to some other area racetracks and showed your stuff like you've shown here at Boothill. Been very impressive what you've done. You may not score some victories. This last month, though, has been tumultuous, man. A lot of bad luck. How does it feel to park this thing here tonight?
It feels good. I had a lot of help from my friends and stuff. We just put a motor in last night. It's just been hard. We just keep working through it.
How tough is that, man? I mean, trying to keep your head up, how tough is it to face that kind of, that adversity?
You just got to keep going, even though people out there are a lot faster. You just got to keep going.
What got you into this sport?
I wanted one for my graduation present, actually, and I told my mom, and she went and got it, and we started racing.
Did you come out here as a kid or anything? You have dreams and aspirations as a kid? Were you watching anybody in particular?
Yes, sir. My dad used to race a while back.
Who's that?
Chad Cox.
I was just asking so all these other folks may been aware, but like I said, man, I don't blow smoke, man. You've been very impressive this year. Been fun watching your progression. This has to give you some confidence. Did you learn anything about the racetrack going forward? Where do you start in the heat tonight as well?
Start on the pole in the heat. Yes, sir.
Which one?
The heat 4.
Heat 4. Okay, so you can start outside of row 4. Go get it tonight, young man. Aside from that, let's hear about all the great folks that help you out in this race car.
I want to thank Jeff Lewis, Haggard, my buddy over there, Preston. He's the one that's been helping me a lot. My stepdad, stepmom, my mom, my dad. Everybody helps on the car, really.
I just wanted to get the good out of it, man. You're very well deserving of it. We're staying in ABC Auto Parts Victory Lane. You've been chipping away hard at it all year, man. Very proud to watch your progression. Like I said, best of luck to you tonight, man. Go get you a dub. And if not, I know that you'll keep your head held high. You'll come back and try it again next week.
Yes, sir.
Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen. 18-year-old Randy Cox scores the win tonight. I've been bragging on him a lot this year, and I asked him a few extra questions. I realize it's just a trophy dash, but I think he's going to be around for quite some 21. Boone Evans. He gone. Boone Evans says, well, we'll be seeing y'all later. Setting a blistering torrid pace around the Boothill Speedway here tonight in Greenwood. The 17-year-old Alpha 4, Boone Evans. The 18-year-old youngster, Randy Cox, just won the previous Trophy Dash for the factory stocks here in Trophy Dash for the limited modifieds. In the 3 and 4 for the final time. And a Bullard, Texas, 17-year-old Boone Evans going to score the Trophy Dash victory tonight. Awesome. They sell themselves. I just had to tell you where they're located. I had to ask him if he was still 17 because, man, they grow up so fast now. But now 17 years old, I mentioned he won his first ever A-main event at Billy Wine at Timberline Speedway in Corley, Texas at the age of 14. He's climbing up, folks, from Bullard, Texas. It's Boone Evans and Victor Lane here for the Trophy Dash. All right, Boothill, y'all got to do better than that. Give this young man a round of applause. Or everybody's deaf, I don't know. No. Goodness gracious, man. It's been a while since I've ran into you. I never thought it. Let's get over here and race on Texas cameras. You get out of the car, man. You're towering me here. What's going on here?
I grew a little bit, I guess.
Yes, it has, man. You started off your career at the age of 13 years old, man. You took a few years off from racing, and I'm sure you were just living the life in high school, man. What's it been like the last couple of years, and obviously getting back behind the cockpit?
It's been tough playing a lot of baseball, but it's been great. Finally getting the chance to race a little bit, and this has been first weekend in about a month I got in a race. So
did your dad tell you that you know, son, you'll have a chance to race again someday, you know, just go, you know, enjoy life, enjoy high school?
Yes, sir, exactly what he said.
Absolutely. Did you miss it?
Oh, a lot.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome though. You have a nice IRP race car. You know, your dad's a very well accomplished racer. I'm sure he's as proud as he can be. You know, I remember when you won your first race at Billy White's Timberline Speedway at the age of 14, and since that time, man, you've really raced maybe 10 times total. And the limited amount of seat time you have, man, you have to feel pretty confident about what you're able to do out here.
Yes, sir.
Let's hear about all the great folks that help you out.
All right, East Texas Chevy Dealers, Four Seasons Heating and Air, Big Dogs Auto Sales, Patterson, IRP, and him the most.
Did you already graduate?
No, sir. Junior.
You're a junior this year? Oh my goodness, man. Well, hey, you keep growing, and you'll be about 7 foot tall by next year.
I hope so.
Give it up for folks from Bullard, Texas, Boone Evans and Victor Lane here for the Trophy Dash. So, Pro Mod heading into turn number 1. Josh Bockham out of Benton, Louisiana with the race lead. Josh Bockham out of Benton, Louisiana, out front setting sail here at the hill. I made my way back up to find out if this is a Trophy Dash, but I was just informed that we were going to have a Trophy Dash only in the limited factory, but I could be mistaken. It would make sense that we would have 3 of them on the final points event of the season, but nope, this is a heat race. We're 4 and 4 laps to go. This 8-lap affair. May I, can I be fat? 29. I'm old. No, really, like this last 6 years or something.
Sad.
final time off of turn number 4, or actually to the white flag. One more quarter-mile trip around the legendary quarter-mile over here in Greenwood, Louisiana tonight for the driver hailing out of Benton, Louisiana. Living up to the moniker, he's a bullet tonight. So the driver of the number 325 car, the former track champion at the old Champion Park Speedway, now in the Pro Mod Division full-time in 2018, Josh Bockham scores the victory in heat race number 1 of the night. Yep, but he's going to have to hope for Doug Vick Jr. not having a very good night, and he's going to probably have to win, but it's Mike Washburn in the Pizza Rev Arclitect Sheet Milling and Welding number 27 car. He'll be quick. Keep your eyes on him. Here we go. So coming into tonight's event, as a bob over there by the 16 car to the inside of the racetrack for Beasley. Gets back on the loud pedal. Tries to show some pressure here. Here comes Mikey in 27. As they roll through 3 and off of wheel into turn 1. Michael Jordan giving the number 16 of Beasley some room. Beasley way down to the hub of the racetrack. Scoots on the hub of the track and slides up in front for the race lead. Hasn't taken the line away from the 5, but he checked the throttle as if he did so. So the 5 of Michael Jordan gets relegated to second. Michael Jordan rolling on to second. Beasley now trying to throw the keys on the counter and check out. Washburn punches the time clock. He goes to work on the rear deck lid of the number 5 for second. Michael Jordan holding on to it right now in the 1 and 2. Gets back on the loud pedal at the perfect time here and relegates the number 27 still of Mike Washburn. Jason Beasley out front on his lonesome. He has no idea how out front he is. At least with a comfortable advantage here as we wind the laps down here. Here comes Washburn throwing it up top with reckless abandon, throwing all caution to the wind. Washburn going to go up top, try to grab some cushion. And here he comes. He's going to find some dig and find some bite, but it's not enough. He'll cross lanes down the back straightaway at the midpoint of the back straightaway. He'll go back to the top side of the Boothill Speedway, this time and smash the throttle. Trying to get that outside line momentum to work to his advantage, but it is yet to pay dividends. Down the front straightaway with 2 laps to go for the 16 of Jason Beasley. Michael Jordan still holding back the advances of 27, but here comes Washburn now. Washburn smashes the loud pedal and drives underneath the fuel cell of the 5. Oh my. Nearly drove underneath the fuel cell of the 5. Off of 4. Here comes Mike Washburn. Oh my goodness. That's a shot in the shorts again, times 2. Into 1 and 2. Washburn hanging it out up top. The 5 still making his car wider than a quadruple wide trailer. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Mike Washburn says it's about to get messier than a scene from Animal House. Into 3 and off of turn number 4. Here comes Mike Washburn to the checkered flag. It won't be enough. He'll finish third in the heat, followed by the 5 of Michael Jordan in second. Jason Beasley in 16 will take the victory. Washburn coming in here to the final points race. Ben Smiley in the 8. That's your 4 cars, 8 laps of distance. Here we go. Car, the Canna Solutions Hitman Designs entry of Michael Easley. Michael Easley is the 2011 modified track champion down at Sabine Motor Speedway in Manny, Louisiana, and now has found his home in this division here the latter part of the 2018 season, driving for Chris Shaw. Off of 4 down the front boulevard. He's being hunted hard here by the point leader coming into tonight's final points event of Doug Vick Jr. Doug Vick Jr. from Vivian, Louisiana, no stranger to Victor Lane and winning track titles. Will will soon hoist the championship trophy here if Mike Washburn's not able to pull a rabbit out of the hat tonight. And Randy Darling just set up a donut shop. He's in style on 316. Outside of the front row from El Paso, Texas, it'll be Chad Falco. Chad Falco, outside of the front row. Is that Brett? Inside of row number 2 to the 18 of Brett Frazier. Is that Brett? Yes. Brett the Jet Frazier. In the inside of row number 2, Jerry Jackson. At the outside of row number 2, Randall Settle. And the lights are out. We're underway at the Boothill Speedway with David Winslet. Oh, baby, they go 3 wide already on the start. Into 1 and 2, the Jet, Brett Frazier, they go 3 wide for the race lead. As they set their sights down the back straightaway, still 3 wide down the back straightaway. Brett Frazier going to go 3 wide around the hub of the racetrack, lowering the Mudcat in the Red River. Oh my. Off of turn number 4, sliding up, crosses lanes of the 43 of Falco, but here comes David Winslet. Oh my goodness gracious, the action is heated up quick, fast, in a hurry here at Boot Hill. You bought the whole seat, you only need the edge right now. I think the excitement just shot all the way through the roof. And all. Look out, Brett Frazier right in front of the field, and David Winslet had nowhere to go. And a victim of circumstance, and we get on reacting stack, the 316. Jesus saves. Junior Styles out front, in style right now, with 316 along the outside of that mod, and he takes the green flag and gets us back underway. And he has command into turn number 1. On the restart, 316 of Junior Styles. Styling and profiling. Off of 2 down the back straight, they go 3 wide, or 3 different lanes wide. Haven't quite fit 3 of them there. And here comes Jerry Jackson. Oh, Jeremiah. Sliding up the outside and opening up the door for the number 21 of David Winslet. The deuce 1, into 1. They go 3 wide once again. I'm telling you what, the Boot Hill Speedway is racy as all get out tonight, baby. Down the back straightaway, Junior Styles still holding on to the top spot. Here comes Falco. Chad Falco, sounds like a name from Star Fox. Off of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Here comes the 1 of Jackson. Here comes the 21 of David Winslet. David Winslet smells blood in the water. He'll take no prisoners. He'll go to the inside for second and try to march his way to the top spot and take over the race lead. Here comes David Winslet. David Winslet, the former mini stock champion back in 2001. And my goodness, you could throw a blanket over the top 5 right now. The entire field underneath a dang blanket off of 4. Oh, and Falco in the 186 of Jerry Jackson make contact. Styles holding on to it, but here comes Winslet. And coming up limp at the top of turn number 1 is the 43 of the El Paso Texan of Chad Falco. We're backing away here at the Boot Hill Speedway. And here comes Brett Frazier on the restart. Brett Frazier and a GRT, they go 3 wide for the race lead. Brett Frazier pounding the cushion up top, where Grandpa keeps the good bourbon. He gets a big run down the back straightaway, and here he comes. He tries to fit in to go 3 wide here through 3-4. He'll put the pressure on the inside of the number 21 of David Winslet, who took over the race lead. Ah, goodness. I would love to have like 5 more. Oh, man. The Smiley's Racing Products 316 of Junior and Styles. A little out of style here, late in the going, not where he wants it to be. And marching his way from the till. Got mixed up in an early race mishap and was jumbled and crumbled into that deal in 3 and 4, but he sets his sights for the top spot and he disposes all of them and throws them into the rear view. Dominant for the number 21 of David Winslet, your winner of modified heat race number 1 here at the Boot Hill Speedway. Second goes to the Jet Brett Frazier. Third goes to Jeremiah Jackson in 186. Very Texas, and he would have number 211 on that car. And Michael Aiza, the outside front row, racing Jason Ingalls, the 15 of Denny Gabar. And the lights are out. Here we go. Who's in that 6 tonight? I know. Oh, sorry. I think it's Michael Painter. So right now, off of turn number 4, out front with the lead, it's Chase Hatton. Going to be stalked here by his chassis manufacturer. Here comes Jason Ingalls. Jason Ingalls, a 2-time winner here this year, but they came on the same night. Scored the limited modified victory and the open wheel modified win, relegating the 16 to Chris Hennigan here about a month ago. And off of 4, down the front straightaway into 1. Jason Ingalls. And when the 8 car is stopped right there in the middle of 1 and 2, and the caution flag will wave. Texan Chase Hatton to smash his foot through the firewall as we get ready to light the candles and get the cake baked here off of turn number 4 to get the party restarted. Chase Hatton, he'll get it back started off of 4. We're underway. Should be a lot of fun here from the drop of the green on this restart as the Mad Hatter holds on to the hub of the Boothill Speedway and holds it well. Got a little side step there off the middle of into 3 and 4 off of 2 as they head off into 3 4. Here comes Ingalls once again, high side hustling, smashing and pounding the cushion with reckless abandon. Jason has proven that he can get the job done running the outside with reckless abandon at this racetrack this season, winning a thriller over Winnigan Chris Hennigan. Down the back straightaway though, Ingalls loves the outside through 3 and 4. He tries the bottom into 1 and 2. We'll see what he does. He diamonds off the exit of the corner. Here comes Jason Ingalls diming off of the exit of corner number 4. He will flirt to the inside of Hatton. Hatton slams the door shut. Hatton feels the pressure now, but this is what makes him a better racer each and every weekend when he can race with guys like Jason. Jason will go to the outside, play some cat and mouse. He'll try to diamond off the corner. That was nice. He'll smash the loud pedal with 2 laps to go. About a half of a... Oh, my goodness. You couldn't have slid the Holy Spirit between their quarter panels right there. Into 3 and 4. Ingalls now going to follow the tire tracks of the 211 of the D-Berry Texan Chase Hatton as he smashes the cushion, and Jason Ingalls going to take the race lead. Final quarter-mile trip around the legendary quarter-mile oval here in Greenwood tonight. Chase Hatton going to hang it out all up top, but he can't get the job done to re-inherit the top spot. Final time. Into 3 and 4. Hatton going to send it up top once again. Got a little loose there. He'll try to diamond off the corner. Here comes Chase Hatton to the line, but Jason Ingalls steals it. Denny Gabar settles for a solid 3rd. Really grinds my gears. Got 11 mods and some of the bitches. Here he is. Here he is. I'm actually shocked right now. This dude's probably gonna hold on and win this heat by a mile or something.
Tail number that black one.
Who's that yellow for? I don't see it. Josh Gladwell, maybe?
I don't know, it just says next guy. I don't know who it is.
The 74, Jeremy Laxton, who is a newcomer into the sport, is holding on to the best wheel he has held on to so far in his young racing career. He has got everybody stalking his tire tracks, and right now, the X9 takes a stab. Josh Gladwell in the X9. Not a bad guess. Here comes the 4, Doug Vick Jr., and here comes Club 20. Neil Kemp out of Kirby, Arkansas. Throws his hat into the ring and becomes the player here, moving up to the 4th spot in front of 492. A Billy Grind of the top 3. You could throw a blanket over him. Here comes Doug Vick with his girlfriend Stormy directing traffic and riding shotgun. She'll say, "Go ahead, Doug." Into 3 and 4. Here comes Doug Vick Jr. He'll go to the outside of the Boothill Speedway and try to find some momentum off of turn number 4, and he will find it. He'll go to the race lead. He'll take over the top spot at the line by half a cat's whisker. You could feel it coming. And here comes another one coming at the Club 20. Here he goes on the end. I don't know what I'm talking about. Here comes the Club 20 of Neil Kemp. If you want some dig and some biting, side biting your race car, call the Kirby, Arkansas Racer 3-wheel Neil Kemp. He's got the Club 20 dig sticks digging all year long, all over the great state of Arkansas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, and Texas. As he heads off a 2 down the back straightaway and sets his sights on the race lead of the rear deck lid of the 4, Doug Vick Jr. trying to throw the 74 Laxon into his rear view, but Laxon is feeling it tonight. He's got some confidence and rolling with some momentum here. Hanging there pretty tough with a couple of big shots. The $5,000 winner last year at Timberline Speedway for the factory stock 50 in the form of the Club 20 of Neil Kemp, holding second comfortably, but trying to stalk and steal the top spot away from Doug Vick Jr., the 2011 Cajun Classic winner. Here comes Neil, but he comes up short with the checkered flags waving. And Gladwell slides up in front of the 74 at the line. Outside, finished second here to Ronald Pooking in the last event, the Jan's River Restaurant Classic Auto Repair 34 Junior of Josh Daugherty. They don't like the start, and I don't know that they would. Josh sneaked them on the start. That's Josh Daugherty. Jake Gentry inside of 2. Bo Perry, the $1,000 winner of the Battle of Boothill. The 15 is Craig Oakes tonight. The 68 is the fast Kunas James Martin. We're underway. Into 1. Rogers looking a little better this time. Well, he actually gets on the loud pedal and allows himself to start this one as the party's been started through 3 and off of 4. Here comes Bobo into 1. He's coming to the party ready to... I don't know. I'm not thinking tonight. Chris Rogers leads at Boot Hill. Down the front straightaway in the turn 1. I believe Cliff Henry owned this car prior, and now Rogers, the South Arkansas racer, holds on to the race lead. He's got several wins at Diamond Park Speedway this year. Down the back straightaway in the turn 3. Rogers also has a win at the Texarkana 67 Speedway and Hobby Stock action this year as well. They roll off at turn 4. Josh Daugherty in the Jan's River Restaurant. If you want some good catfish, go holler at my girl Jan down the road. The 12, if you want some good margaritas, go holler at my boy Bo Perry, Superior Bar and Grill. They'll get you fixed up. Have only 1 margarita. Don't go for 2. You'll be on the floor on Sunday morning. Into 3 and off of 4. This time the 366. Out front with the lead of Chris Rogers. It's Chris Rogers dodging all comers right now. They'll head off into 1, set their sights off of 2 down the back straightaway this time at the 3-way tango takeaway for the lead right now as Craig Oakes from Marshall trying to throw his hat into the ring and become a player and make it a 4-way takeover for the lead. But Bo Perry not done with the 34 Junior, but Josh Daugherty has stepped his game up into the upper echelon of competitors in this division, and he proved it the last time out. Ran away and hid from 3rd place on back as he tried to run down the 22 of Ronald Pilkington for the race win. Pilkington won his 2nd straight at our most recent factory stock main event here 2 weeks ago. And off of 4, down the front boulevard, a 2-time winner here this year, Bo Perry in the 12, hunting the 34 Junior hard. Josh Daugherty continues to slam the door shut. Slammed it on his toes that time. And Bo Perry don't like it too much. Down the back straightaway. Chris Rogers loves it if he had a rear view, and he'd be seeing how hard these two guys are waging war here. And allows him to comfortably skate away with a couple of carlings here for the final time into 1. Oakes threw everything he had here in the late going, trying to reel in that trio. But for the final time through 3 and 4, it'll be tonight on the front row, Louisiana and the state of Arkansas, not the great state, but Chris Rogers takes the win in 366 in commanding fashion. The Prince Paul Lopez and the Kenny's towing, the Twin City Towing. Joe Best Performance, number 5 Laser Chassis with Hitman Designs, number 5. Off of 4, they're underway. The 27 of Greenwood sits 5th in the points here. Heading off of 2 and down the back straightaway here on the opening lap. Kelly Lockie won a trophy dash here with his first night out in this car after Craig Oakes won it, the 6,000 win at the Arklatex Speedway for the Factory 50. Right now, Kelly slams the door shut. A pair of Laser Chassis right now go door-to-door for the race lead. Laser Racing Chassis right now look to have the top 3 positions. If the 27 of Greenwalk can nose ahead, they will have the top 3. But right now, the 5A holding strong up the middle side of the racetrack. Kelly Lockie out front. So that's the former sprint car driver Brian Holland and a former limited modified ace as well. He used to drive the number 33 car. Brian Holland. And the number 5B holding on to the 3rd position, holding back the number 27 of Greenwald. Kelly Lucky finding his niche around the Boothill Speedway, trying to get a good run. He would love nothing more than to score a victory here. Look out, Matthew Ryan. Old School could not keep up tonight. Some troubles for the 007 of Matt Ryan, 003 if you will, off of 4. Down the front straightaway, winding the laps down. Tick-tock goes the race clock. The center of the hourglass is ticking away for Princeton's Paul Lopez in 5. I've mentioned it several times this season since Paul pulled that number 5 car out, that it is undoubtedly one of the best looking cars I've seen this year. Sean Graham did a fantastic job on that wrap for sure. The best battle right now, it's Greenwood off of 4 on the hub of the racetrack with the 5B of Holland holding back the advances of Travis Bowden. Big Bad Bowden trying to find some dig and find some bite down the back straightaway here. As the white flag will be coming out this time by for the Tyler, Texas racer Kelly Lucky. And around goes Bowden after contact there with the left rear, the left rear of the 5B. 5B. Final time through turns 3 and 4 tonight. He will look to grab more than a trophy dash and store one to the history column for his pride. The 91 of Kelly Lucky, one of the well-respected and veteran racers in the Arklatex, will score the win. Second will go to the 5 of Paul Lopez. Third will go to Greenwood in 27. To the outside of the front row, it looks like Ricky Ingles from my vantage point. Big sexy Glenn Lindsay inside of row number 2. It is Ingles. The lights are out. We're underway at the Boothill Speedway, and a good start. They're door-to-door off of 4. The point leader and points champion of Boothill in 2018. The very well-respected veteran racer Dean Rasco. Dean Rasco will go to work. Oh, my goodness. Randy Cox breaks down the back straightaway. Heartbreak Hotel for Randy Cox. And it looks like maybe they go 4 wide off the exit of turn number 4. And Randy has got to be frustrated because it looks like the car is losing power, and it looks to be a power issue. Could be the distributor, could be very well the carburetor. It looks like the car is running strong in the corners. But man, it has got this field bottled up right now, as Michael Knighton is the man of the catbird seat. He disposed of quite a few of them. He goes all the way up to the second spot in 96th. The 2-time winner here this year, the 96 of the Nightmare, Michael Knighton, gives them all a bad dream. And the 45R, Randy Cox, is absolutely sick. Felt good about it in Trophy Dash action. But unfortunately, the bad luck biscuit continues to strike for the young 18-year-old racer out of Blanchard. Knighton, everybody else might as well go ahead and write the check in heat race number 4 of the night, because Ingles is going to go ahead and set sail, which he's already done. He just needs to go ahead and finish the laps here, and he will throw it into the history books as your winner of heat number 4. Barring a catastrophe or a mechanical setback, don't see anyone being able to throw it over the shoulder and running out the 81 here. He has been the dominant force all year long. Can't give him that amount of track position and expect to make it up here. As Ricky Ingles, 5 wins on the year. Been so very impressive. 5 victories in between June 9th and August the 27th. As he sets his sights down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Underneath the flag stand, showing the 2 to go from flagman Keith Parker. Ricky Ingles dominating. Michael Knighton of the Dominator race car holds on to second of the 9-6. The former Quick Race Car Spring Nationals Open Wheel Modified champion at Arklatex. Down the back straightaway, being reeled in by the Colt 45, the respected racer Dean Rasco. He's going to run out of time, though. The 1-star, Cameron Furr, the 18-year-old off of 4. Way out front in this one. Bingo. The 81 of Ingles dominates it again here at Boothill in heat number 4. He'll be a tough customer in the main event tonight. He's a pretty good interview, though. He actually don't talk like Will Burton. Jason Pelakakis. I love that last name. Jason Pelakakis. Jason. Huh? Yeah.
I'm in love with Falco's last name.
Falco? No, I said earlier it sounded like a name. The Rose Bowl Speedway track regular to the number 7 of Mark Wittig. Punches the time clock and he goes to work to the back bumper and now sidesteps the number 60 of Jason Pelikakis. Make no mistake, that is not Jason Pelikakis. Somebody really asked me that one night because I think that's how I pronounce his name. Somebody says, is his last name Jason Pelikakis? And I said, I just think I called him that. Yeah, and I was like the State Farm insurance commercial. I was like, he looks hideous. So right now out front all on his lonesome is the youngster and the 14 Ford entry of Chris Collier. I mentioned a couple of times this year, I'm not sure that there's any relation to Irvin or Chris Collier, who dominated mini stock racing in East Texas and Northwest Louisiana back in the 90s and 2000s. Early 2000s, if you will, with the white flag out. But this one, the new young coming of the age for Chris Collier in car number 14 out front, stepping out up front with a comfortable advantage here for his final trip down the back straightaway of the legendary Boothill Speedway. Heat race number 1 of the night for the 4 cylinders. Marching to the beat of his own drum tonight, the one-man band of the number 14 of Chris Collier scores the victory. The 7 of Mark Wittig will grab 2nd and 7. Jason Pelikakis is 4th and 60. What does that sound? Tyler Moore out of Marshall in the red number 3 car. And the 1 HT of Ben McDuff. And the green is out. The R3. Austin Pilgrim getting throttled to the in and outside of him, and the Marshall, Texas youngster and the Houghton, Louisiana youngster gonna go at it for the top spot. East Texas and Northwest Louisiana gonna wage war for the top spot. Right now the Louisiana native of Wyatt Williams has the advantage into turn number 1. They're side by side for 3rd as well. Big Mike Hudson and Pilgrim door to door. Ben McDuff back in the final spot as they head off into 3 and 4. The 3. The Marshall Texan, they make contact and hook a little bumpers there. And Wyatt Williams don't like it too much. That's it. That's a shot in the shorts. And here comes big Mike Hudson. Mike Hudson, after the 3 of the Marshall, Texas youngster Tyler Moore rattled the cage of the easy one, the 199 takes takes advantage, and then he gets a shot in the shorts. Tyler Moore, been fun to watch in his young progression in his young racing career. Scored his first win last August of 2017 and scored 2 more victories since that time, but he's always a threat and always a factor. He's going to make the 199 of Mike Hudson earn this one. And heat race number 2 of the night for the 4 cylinders here at Boot Hill. The 3 car got a nice bite there. The track's really tacky fast tonight. Got a lot of dig in there. Better brought your mouthpiece tonight. Into 1 for the final time. The 199 of Mike Hudson. Here comes Moore. No relation to Ray, but he's looking pretty good. And to turn number 3 for the final time. Here comes Tyler Moore. 4 cylinders putting on a show in heat race number 2 of the night. And off of 4. How about that dive bomb bonsai move? But it won't pay dividends, but he gave it a race and gave it a shot. Tyler Moore puts on a nice run there for the final time. Texas on pole. Outside, it'll be Adrian Kennington in 6K. The pieces inside of 2. Kevin and James Peace. Kevin in 2, James outside of 2. And Cole, no, not Cole. Whoa. David Bosberry in the 00 starts shotgun, the youngster into 1. The driver of the Brewer Construction, number 10B of Eddie Brewer, has run away from peace in this one. And the number 11 has tried everything and thrown the kitchen sink, but he can't quite get the job done for the final time down the back straightaway to turn number 3 in the 4-cylinder heat. Third and final 4-cylinder heat of the night. Rolling off of turn number 4 to the checkered flag out of Atlanta, Texas. Eddie Brewer takes the win, followed by Kevin Peace to grab second. I'm sorry, James Peace in third. We'll go to the 6K of Adrian Kennington. The driver of the Harmon's Automotive and Towing, Cliff's Welding Service, and Virovac, sponsor number 23, Western Flyer. It's Cliff Tupper Jr. Inside of row number 2, it's son Cody Tupper. Is that? And the SimpleChurch.tv, number 23, Harmon's Automotive and Towing, Cliff's Welding Service, number 23, IRP chassis, as they head off in the 1. The Four Seasons standing in AC, number 4, Boone Evans, the 17-year-old down the back straightaway, a junior in high school this year, just won the Trophy Dash a little bit earlier. Takes the number 4 car for the young Bullard Texan to 4th and got bottled up there a little bit underneath the 23 of Tupper. Hustling, the 88 of Ashdown, Arkansas's David Mitchell. I'm telling you, he said last week in a Facebook post that he was very appreciative of the opportunity the Hinton Motorsports team gave him to drive that car. And they obviously know what I know, that David's a hell of a driver and he's very well accomplished. And obviously, you don't just luck up into winning a United States Modified Touring Series race. He beat 54 of the best modified drivers on the planet at the old Champion Park Speedway in Minden, Louisiana back in 2008. I'm sorry, 2009 that was. On a Thursday night. After the first half of that event had been rained out, they came back and made it up. Johnny Bone Jr., for the record, won the other USMTS race held at Champion Park. But David Mitchell joined only one of 3 local racers to ever win USMTS races here. Chris Hennigan won 2. Michael Robertson won 1 at I-30 Speedway in Little Rock. And also Duke Wizant from Texarkana won 1 at Arklatex on a Thursday night back on June of 2008. So right now, the Ashdown, Arkansas racer shows that he never lost it. He's always had it. 9.5 years, folks. And I mentioned, got a little sidetrack there, his post on Facebook mentioned that it's not like riding a bike. I'd say you're looking pretty dang good, though, David Mitchell. You still put your fire suit on one leg at a time. But I don't think you forgot. I think the old memory bank's looking pretty good, and it's serving you well tonight. Down the back straightaway, David Mitchell dominating in heat race number 1 for the limited modifieds. What a triumphant victory celebration that would be if he could score the win tonight. I would not count him out. I mean, you really have to kind of compartmentalize what's happening here. And what's taking place here at Boot Hill at this very moment is pretty damn impressive. And off of 4, Ashdown, Arkansas's David Mitchell dominates. He goes back to victory lane for the first time in nearly 10 years. The 23 of Cliff Tupper.
I thought you said diaper.
Oh, it's my cousin Chance. Oh, God.
Getting the jump on him early. The Western Flyer chassis. Number 90 of Jody D. Jody D won the most recent race at Arklatex Speedway last Sunday night. Rolls into the Boot Hill Speedway where he won previously prior to that with some momentum and confidence. Jody Davidson. Actually, Ricky Ingles won our most recent limited race. Davidson won the one prior. That's 21C. No, there's 320. Jody Davidson getting the early jump and leading the first circuit around the Boot Hill Speedway in heat race number 2 for the limiteds. We'll see what happens with Ingles and Gabar in road number 2. Here we go. Denny G rolls to the outside of the number 12 of Ingles. They go door-to-door momentarily, but Denny G is sending it up top, but Ingles tough again on the bottom. Into turn number 3 and 4. Davidson rolling the hub with reckless abandon. He likes tacky racetracks, and he is showing it right now, putting his talents to the test. Into turn 1. Jody D out front, marching to the beat of his own drum right now down the back straightaways. They set their sights on turn number 3. Davidson going to be one tough customer to dethrone here at the Boot Hill Speedway. He has been tough here all year long. Could get out of Greenwood tonight with having the most victories here all year long. As the Marshall Missile, Derek Grigsby, has not been in competition here the last several events. And Grigsby had 3 on the year. Davidson now has 3, but he could end up getting 4 tonight. And Clark is... Denny Gabar trying to hustle and roll to the back. Spoiler of the Nania Davidson, and he's reeled him in a little bit here, and here comes Denny G. Denny going to smash the loud pedal and try to pull back to the tail tank of the number 90 Davidson for the race lead. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3, West Monroe, Louisiana's Jody D. Out front with the lead, trying to win one for the home state of Louisiana off of 4. Down the front straightaway, and Ingles right there in a close third. Final time in the turns 1 and 2. Denny Gabar may have the best car on the racetrack. Sliding up a little bit, opening up the doors to Nania Davidson. He can't walk through the threshold. Down the back straightaway for the final time into 3 and 4. And here comes Denny on the loud pedal. Drag racing to the line. Jody Davidson going to hold him off in 90. The P&WSL's 15 of Denny Gabar holds on and grabs second. The IRP chassis 22 of Dylan Spear from Marshall. Chase Morgan inside of row number 2. Outside will be the 81 of Uncle Ricky Ingles. The lights are out. Here we go. This should be a great race of these top 3. And oh, look out, Dylan. That could have been ugly. So the K1 of Guidry out front marching with the race lead in K1. Swapped his number. He began his race career driving the number 10 car. Swapped it to the K1 in tribute to his great father, John Guidry. So the driver to the Paul Davis Restoration River Runs Dirt Service sponsor, Peacher Race Engine powered Express chassis built by Shane Hebert. Down the back straightaway, here comes Ingles. Trying to put one to the win column for Ingles Racing Performance. Off of turn 4, slamming the door shut in front of his face. The K1 from Marksville, Stephen Guidry. Stephen Guidry's been impressive here all year long. We just saw Denny Gabar put the pressure on in that previous heat. He and Steven had a stellar race here earlier in the year, went door-to-door for the top spot, and Denny got the win. Steven came back the following week and scored the victory following that stellar run. Tonight, it could be a toast to the veteran racers as David Mitchell won heat race number 1, his second time to race in about 9 years. But here comes Ricky Ingles, the 60-year-old veteran at a Longview. Rolling to the back bumper to the Express chassis, Paul Davis Restoration, Petrie Racing Powered Express number K1. The Marksville Madman holds on to the top spot right now, using lessons learned from his father. Down the back straightaway. Week in and week out, Guidry has been a tough customer. He opens up the door, sliding up. Opens the door for the driver trying to get his second consecutive victory here at Boothill. Won 5 factory stock races here. He's got more wins here on the season than any other driver with a total of 6 between 2 classes. It's Ricky Ingles hustling and taking over the top spot here through 3 and off of 4. Ingles has the race lead. Ricky Ingles hustling around the hub of the Boothill Speedway, slides up there off the exit of corner number 2, opens up the door for the Marksville racer, Stephen Guidry. Down the back straightaway to turn number 3. Guidry not done yet. He'll go to work and punch the time clock off of turn number 4. The white flag is out this time by Ricky Ingles. Has got that IRP East Texas Holland rigging, number 81, and he's gone. You can go ahead and put a bow on it, and it's a wrap, folks. Off of turn number 4, Longview, Texas racer, the 6-year-old veteran Ricky Ingles scores the win from 4th. Second. And get ready for next weekend's 46th annual Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship on demand on RaceOnTexas.com. It's the 325 of the Benton Bullet, Josh Bockham, who will bullet his way to the race lead off of 4. Bockham gets the advantage into 1 and 2. The 16 of Beasley got a little loose there to the center of the corner. Opens up the door for Isa to shoot down to the inside, but he re-inherits that spot Beasley does into 2, or into 3. Grabs the 2 spot. Into the 2 hole he goes, the car number 16, and off before the 325 of the Benton Bullet. Bockham leads. Josh Bockham leading here at Boothill tonight. Off of 2 and down the back straightaway. It's going to be fun to watch. 27, Mike Washburn just wants to say, I couldn't have gone out any taller than I went out in the final points race of the year. He is right here on the back bumper to the number 4. Vic Jr. off of 4 is Bechet. Oh, look out. Close encounters of the third kind there. The 160 crossed up off the top shelf and came down really close to the quarters of the number 27 of Mike Washburn. But no harm and no foul. Off of 4. Bockham leads at the hill. Got to give it up to these competitors. This class has really come a long way, and the caution flag comes out. The 8 of Ben Smiley stuffed. Bockham slid way up top of the exit of turn number 2, and they head down the back straightaway. Michael easily took a stab there for the race lead, as well as the 16 of Jason Beasley. Beasley looking strong tonight as they come off of 4. Here comes 4. All that needs to be said is here comes 4. Vic Jr. smooth as butter. He's on a roll down the back straightaways. 4 car is in 4. The 16, divide that by 4. He's in 3rd. And off of 4, down the front straightaway. It is the C2 of Easley, who is now chomping at the bit. He'll set sail, lose a little side bite there to the center of the corner, but he irons it back out and heads down the back straightaway. Got a little loose there again, nearly scraped the back straightaway retaining wall. But he goes back up top of the cushion, smashes the loud pedal, and sets his sights on 325, who is hustling and left front up in the air. Could have left it at home. Josh Bockham, he's wheeling around the Boothill Speedway, holding onto a pretty wheel here down the back chute. Joshua Bockham. Mike Washburn has easily dominated here the last couple events. And the number 27 right now, he's relegated all the way back into mired back in the 5th, 6th spot right now on the 27 car. Track position so very important here. He was the faster car in his heat, but just could not dispose and go to 2nd after he got bottled up in 3rd. But did what he could and battled all the way down to the gritty end of there to the number 27. Right now, he's in a war being waged here between that 3 competitors, Sorrepta's Jeffrey Boucher and Wayne Barnes 160, as well as the 22, a feature race winner this year of Robert Graham. I think this right here kind of shows just how competitive this class has become on a week-to-week basis. It is it's not easy to come out here and score these victories, and Washburn is going to get a nose up ahead on the number 160 of Boucher. Boucher gets disposed of. Down the back straight of the 22, tries to take advantage of the 160 as well, and he does for a moment. Washburn loses a goose off of 4. Here comes Boucher again. As right now, Bockham still out front on his lonesome, but lap traffic become a factor. As right now, Washburn sets his sight here on the number 16 of Beasley down the back straightaway as he heads off a 2 in the number 27. Tommy Kent's done. He'll head into the infield in 00. Easily having a solid run. Vic Jr. up to the 3 hole in the 4. In 4th is 16 of Beasley from Vivian. In 5th, it's Washburn now. Washburn up to 5th in 27. All things considered, much respect to both Mike Washburn and the 4 Vic Jr. They have raced each other hard. They've raced each other competitively all season long. And I think a lot needs to be said for both of these drivers' competitive nature and their ability to come out here and get the job done on a consistent basis and show that they are here to win every single week. And if they hadn't won, then they gave it their all to do so. You know, Vic Jr. is so very well accomplished. He has made his hay in this class since it started, and he's driven several different cars. This year, he pilots about a 10-year-old car that Billy Robinson had built, that the bandit Michael Peace had raced and won a couple of races at Arcotech Speedway with. But Doug makes the best out of what he's got. Mike Washburn had some bad luck in between about June and a couple of weeks into August, and then he's turned the week up the last couple of weeks. And he rolls in here to the final points event on a heater. He made up a lot of the points there as he goes to war down the back straight with the 16 of Beasley. Jason Beasley having one of the best runs here the latter part of the 2018 season. He continues to wage war with the 27 of Mike Washburn as they open the door for the Marshall Texan 22 of Robert Graham down the front straightaway into 1. Robert Graham all over the back bumper to the number 16. Washburn trying to use that low line to his advantage, but that outside line momentum working to 16's advantage, if you will, and off of 4. Here comes Robert Graham. They go 3 wide off of turn number 4. Momentarily, they go 3 wide there. Still continues to be the best battle right now as lap traffic approaching, and the 325 of Bockham disposed of the 33 of Randy Darling, and the caution is going to come out. Oh boy, Doug Vic Jr. just broke. And I don't know, folks, but does Mike Washburn have an opportunity here to win this title? I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I think Mike would have to win this race. Oh, man. Oh, look down the back straightaway. Randy Dolan just got into the C2 of Michael Easley. Lap traffic going to play a factor here. The caution flag waves, but the white should have been coming out for a bitten bullet Bockham. Holy smokes. Oh, my goodness. Not make up that advantage. Doug Vic Jr. will be your track champion, but we'll find out what happens. Back on the way at Boothill. White flag coming up. final time down the back straightaway. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. From Benton, Louisiana. Tonight, Josh Bockham goes back to ABC Auto Parts Victory Lane. This will be Josh Bockham's 3rd win on the year. And it'll probably have a few more for luck. Always. Josh made his hay in the limited modified division for quite a few years of his racing career. Won a track title at Champion Park Speedway. Father-in-law Cliff Williams won the championship there a couple years ago. But give it up for him, race fans, for Josh Bockham at 325. What's up, Dylan Knighton? What you doing?
Good.
Celebrating Josh's win, aren't you? All right, he gets a little shot. We'll get Josh and his wife Carmen down here to Victory Lane. Man, I was telling the fans, your 3rd win of the year, but man, as good as you've been all year, if not for a little bit of bad luck, I guess a lot of people say that, but really, you've been fast all year. I know it feels good to cash out with a victory here.
Man, it finally does. We've been working real hard, and like you said, we've been consistently fast, but it's just hard to get it done.
Hey, bud. How's it feel to put everything together out here, though? I mean, it takes so much to get these nights, locked in like this, doesn't it?
It does, and we've been playing with stuff, This whole deal's still kind of new to us. I mean, Cliff's been around them for a long time, and I guess I've raced for about 16 or 17 years now, and I mean, it's just a learning curve. You always got to throw stuff at it, and I think we found kind of what we want, so.
Well, I'm sorry.
Maybe we'll be all right.
Sorry about that. This class is definitely got ultra competitive, though. I mean, on any night, you could run 5th or 6th, come out here and win the next night. I mean, between Mike, Doug, Robert Graham, I mean, the list goes on and on. Jeffrey Bechet, I mean, it's a who's who race out here.
That's exactly right. You got, there's a lot of good guys in this class, and it's come a long way this year. I really feel like it's made a leap for the better this year. The past few years, it's been kind of a joke amongst everybody. Oh, Lord, the pro mods are coming out. But I really feel like we've been putting on a good show for the crowd, and I hope y'all enjoy it.
I agree with you, Josh. Spoken like a true class act. Going into the off season, man, it can be tough if you don't get a victory at the latter part of the end of the year. I mean, would have been tough this off season if you didn't get a win here. I mean, you got a couple more races to go yet, but I know it feels good that you got this one here tonight.
It does, and man, honestly, it's probably be my last full year to race. I'll be on a very limited schedule next year, and we'll just see how things go. It definitely gives you something to look forward to.
Now, a proud father, son's down here in Victory Lane. That makes you pretty proud, doesn't it?
It does. It makes it all worth it, and got another one over there in the stomach. So, hey,
congratulations to that, man. Awesome to see y'all progression as a family and everything. Been watching your career. We've been friends for quite some time, man. Congratulations on a win here tonight, Josh. You definitely deserved it. Well deserved.
I really appreciate it, Zach. It's fun. It's always fun. Like I said, I hope all you fans enjoyed it, and thank y'all for coming out, and thank Tim and Ricky for the awesome place they've gave us to race this year. They've really worked hard.
Could have left that left front at home tonight, though.
Man, that was not the intention at all. It just ended up like that, and it went. So I'm gonna try to tone it down a little bit for sure. I don't like that.
You'd hurt my feelings. If it works, it works. Go out there and get it, my friend. Congratulations.
I appreciate it.
The Benton Bullet, Josh Bockham in Victory Lane here at Boothill. Inside of number 3 in the 186. This should be a good one. Your Open Wheel Modified main event here at Boothill. The final points race of the 2018 season with David Winslet on the front row with Ingalls at the outside. We're underway. Winslet going to get the whole shot as they head off into and down the back straightaway on the opening lap. Frazier got a little loose off the exit of 2 as they head down the back straightaway. Here comes Jason Ingalls. He'll storm to the outside of the hill and grab some cushion off of 4, and down the boulevard he comes. Ingalls going to send it up top. Ingalls going to go higher than Willie Nelson on a cross-country tour with Snoop Dogg riding shotgun. He'll smash the loud pedal down the back straightaway. Turn my head. He was over the top, and that's unfortunate because he had a good race. Yep. David Winslet's a former Louisiana State Championship winner. He will smash the throttle and put his foot through the floorboard, and we're going to get back underway off of 4. Keep your eyes on Frazier. Yeah, baby. GRT race car is going to occupy the top 2 positions. Here comes Brett Frazier. Brett Frazier going to smash the loud pedal and head down the back straightaway with a set on the deck lid of number 21 for the race lead. David Winslet continues to roll the hub and roll it well off of 4, down the front boulevard into 1. On demand on raceontexas.com. Off of 2, down the back straightaway, Brett Frazier going to throw all caution to the wind and roll the outside with reckless abandon. And here comes Jerry Jackson. The Brett Frazier letting the big dog eat up top. He grabbed a little bit too much of cushion that time. Got a little loose there off the exit of 4 as they head back down on the front straightaway into 1. Brett Frazier, he is something else to watch. Oftentimes in his career, aggressive, I wouldn't say overly aggressive, but at times he's been overly aggressive. It has cost him positions and often cost him finishes in races, but it's either a go for broke, go hard, or go home approach for Brett Frazier, and it's typically been the case for the duration of his racing career. That began back in 1999. And off of 4, down the front straightaway, it's all David Winslet. Interestingly enough, they both began their racing careers back in the late 90s. Winslet began in a mini stock back in 1999 at the old Webster Speedway. Moved over here, and he won a track championship at Boothill back in 2001. But Winslet dominating tonight. Into turn number 3, David Winslet has thrown the keys on the counter. He's going to check out right now into the competition. Winslet gone. Nearly an entire straightaway over hot in Louisiana's Brett Frazier. Brett Frazier continues to roll the hub with reckless abandon. He'll throw all caution to the wind once again as Jerry Jackson rolls third around the hub of the racetrack. On demand on raceontexas.com. Into turns 3 and 4. Winslet marching to the beat of his own drum right now in 21. We're halfway in. We're 10 laps in, 10 laps to go of this 20-lap affair. Into 1 and 2 is Jerry Jackson rolling the hub of the racetrack once again down the back straightaway. He'll try to throw the 18 into his hip pocket and sidestep him. Can't get the job done just yet. And somebody is knocking the scooters down and the caution flag waves. Well, what mosquito problem we did have, I think Michael easily took care of them for us for a few minutes. We'll certainly appreciate that. So Chad Falco in the number 43. And the 316 of Junior Styles, 5 cars. And the remainder of this one, David Winslet out front with the lead, representing the home turf, the reigning track champion. We're back on the way here at Boothill. Heading into 1. Here comes Brett Frazier to the outside of the racetrack. Here he comes. He's going to hammer the outside of the racetrack with reckless abandon as Chase Hatton to the inside of him. Hatton going to go to the low side of the racetrack to the inside for the second spot. Hatton slides up on him, and he takes the second spot away. Pretty impressive for Chase Hatton. Chase Hatton up on the throttle tonight, baby. He was rolling the hub and rolling it well down to the inside of the racetrack. He disposed of the 18 of Frazier. Frazier, the Hellraiser, stands the hairs up on everybody's neck here and continues to pound the cushion with reckless abandon. Down the boulevard they go. Tick-tock goes the racing clock down the back straightaway. David Winslet throwing his best cards on the table. His ace of spades. And he got to play the joker. That's a bad man on a jammer right now on the GRT marching in 21. David Winslet a set sail out front rolling the hub. He couldn't go any lower to the inside of those Uke tires as he just did that time through 3 and 4. Just executing this racetrack flawlessly right now. The car is so maneuverable. He can go anywhere on the racetrack he'd like to. If David absolutely had to get up on the cushion and pound it, he would, and he would. 4 laps to go. It'll be 2.5 laps when David Winslet meets the midpoint of the back straightaway. And of course, 2 sticks shown from your flagman Keith Parker this time by. ZOM dominating. 1.5 to go. Frazier trying to reel back in and grab that bridesmaid spot from Chase Hatton, who has undoubtedly stepped this game up. Final time in a 1 and 2 though for the driver of the Yard Service LLC, Bill Brown Enterprises, Stuckey ENT, Twin City. Number 21, the reigning Boothill Speedway Open World Modified Track Champion. He'll roll back to Boot Hill tonight. Face full of checker flag for David Winslet from Bossier City and 21, your winner. So Modified's gonna close out 2018, running our final few races. Our most recent event, Dustin Tater Hyde scored the Modified victory that night after an awesome race there with Chris Hennigan and Jason Ingalls. Tonight, the reigning Boot Hill Speedway Modified Track Champion here scores his 3rd win at Boot Hill this year and a minimal amount of starts from Bossier City, Louisiana. Give it up for him, Boot Hill, for David Winslet in 21. David's son Jace is in victory lane, his wife Heather as well. It's always nice to race close to home. Jace, come over here. You want to come over here? Well, how about it, David, man? You never can feel too sure, man, when you look up the racetrack. You got a cushion like that, and you know Jason Ingalls or Brett Frazier in the race. You never can feel too comfortable, can you?
Yeah, they're good around the top a lot of times, and I wasn't sure, but I committed myself to running that bottom and hoping I was good enough.
I mean, you had to have been pretty satisfied. You know, the car was, I mean, obviously it felt good around the hub, but were you worried about, I mean, obviously those guys getting a big run. You looked like you were going to stay committed to that bottom and hope it paid out, and it definitely did.
Yeah, it was a little choppy up there around the top with all the rain we've had and all, and I just committed to running the bottom, and we made some changes this week after talking to Hennigan and Morgan Bagley and a bunch of people, and man, it was good.
You know, next week it's not necessarily about the money on the line. It's about prestige. This racetrack has been so good to you the last couple of years. You've made your hay here in the Modifieds. You know, a few amount of starts. You got 3 here this year. I think you've only raced here 5 or 6 times. It's looking pretty good. You head into the Louisiana State Championship next week. Be pretty awesome if you can knock that one right.
Yeah, this is a big confidence booster because after 2 weeks ago here, I was pretty frustrated. I felt like I started on the front, went backwards, and I wasn't very good. And I felt like I had gotten behind. And last 2 weeks, I've been doing my homework trying to catch back up.
Reigning track champion here for a reason, though. I mean, it's been pretty good for you, David, this GRT race car. Obviously, you got to be pretty satisfied with where, you know, Joe Garrison, you guys have led this race team. Yeah,
it's been good. We got 1 week next week, and then I guess we'll try to get everything converted over on the other car to hopefully get it as good as this one to go race for 20,000.
Where at? Batesville for the Race for Hope 74, Mark Martin's race.
Yeah, we're going to take that iron car up there with that crate motor and See if we can make that show. If we just make that show, it'd be a big accomplishment.
I'll let you thank your sponsors in just one moment. One final thing, any additional plans? You're going to head to the Summit Nationals at Kennedale or any other plans additional?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the plans. I guess Boothill here for the state championship. I'd love to win another one of those. I've only got one. I'd love to have another. And then Batesville for that 20,000. And then I guess kind of pick and choose there for about a month, and then go catch Kennedale.
Man, it's, we'll definitely keep our eyes on you, man. It's always nice when the home state guys go and represent us well. We know you'll do a great job. Let's hear about all the folks that help you out in this number 21 machine, David.
Obviously, my dad and my wife and son are all here, and Jeff Ashlock with Allen's Automotive. Man, he's a huge help. He comes every week when we're at home like this and helps get everything going. And Yard Services, Allen's Automotive, J&J Motorsports, Ware's Machine, 10M Motorsports, ABC Auto Parts, Stuckey Enterprises, Extreme Graphics by J-Rod, RPM, Little Works in Progress, Phil Bordell. He hasn't raced this year, but he still helps me quite a bit. And I'm sure I'm missing somebody, but everybody helps a little bit, and every little bit helps get us around the racetrack and get us up and down the road where we can go catch some of these big shows.
Always great to see you, David. Awesome run tonight. Well-deserved and well-earned. Congratulations to you, man.
Thank you.
Give it up for him, folks. David Winslet from Bossier City. He's thank y'all as well. Lopez, Michael Knighton in 96, Josh Gladwell, Bo Perry, Joshua Greenwald. Laxon at 74. The lights are out for 20 laps. This is the final points race of the season. Is underway off of turn number 4. On the man on Race on Texas. And Paul Lopez goes for a wild ride through the infield in a 5. Not sure what happened there to Paul, but he is far enough out of harm's way, and a couple of them coming around down there, but no harm, no foul. 2 by 2. Look out, Kelly Lockett there. 3 wide for second off the exit of turn number 4 down the front straightaway into 1. Still 3 wide into 1. Still 3 wide into turns 1 and 2. Ricky Ingles around the hub of the racetrack. Neil Kemp right there over the back bumper of him as Kelly Lockett going to take over the bridesmaids honors in 91. The car that Craig Oaks won 6,000 in. Lockett trying to get out from underneath that pressure, if you will. But off of 4. Lockett trying to roll to the top spot behind the back bumper to the 4. Doug Vick Jr. for the race lead. Vick Jr. holding on to it right now, but as they head off the 2 side by side, the 1 by 2 by 2 all the way back to about 14th spot. Into 3, and here comes Kelly Lockett. Kelly Lockett for the race lead. Kelly Lockett's got a good race car tonight. He'll head down the back straightaway and try to dethrone the 4 car of Vic Jr., who had 4 wins here. Here comes Kelly Lockett to the inside for the race lead. Lockett coming up short off before the 30 Arkansas racer Neil Kemp throwing his hat in the ring, and he'll become a player. Neil Kemp. But Kelly Lockett equally as tough around the bottom side of the racetrack. He'll roll to the bottom at 3 and 4. To the inside for the race lead. Look out, Kelly Lockett had to he bobbled a little bit, has to get on the binders. Lockett trying to find his niche and find a way to carve around the number 4, Vic Jr. for the race lead. But now Ingles going to take advantage, and he'll go to the 2 hole. Ingles goes to the 2 spot now in 81. Ingles goes to the 2 spot, trying to get his 7th win here on the year. He's got 1 in the limited modified or the most recent event and 5 in the factory stock. Well, a minute that Ricky has dominated this year. The 60-year-old veteran racer. Age ain't nothing but a number, baby. Here comes Ingles now. 60 years old, all of the back bumper to the number 4 for the 28-year-old out of Vivian. Doug Vick Jr. out front with the lead. But here comes Ricky Ingles in 81. Every time I make it back up, I got to turn right back around. So after Kelly Lockett gets disposed of and relegated to the 3rd spot, Bo Perry comes around to the caution flag. We'll wave here at the hill. He's got the party hat on and ready to go to ABC Auto Parts Victory Lane. Didn't have the performance he was looking for in the Pro Mod, but here we go. We'll kick the tires and light the fires off of turn number 4. We're backing away here at the Boot Hill. Vic Jr. kicks the tires and he relights the fire down the back straightaway. Here comes Lockett again. Lockett was so good on that early green flag run of 8 laps, and he will pull to the back bumper and into the outside of the 81, and he'll grab the 2nd spot again at the line. That outside line momentum paying dividends and working to his advantage. Laser race cars right now, 2-3 on the racetrack is right now the pair of Arkansas racers hunting the 81s, Tail Tank, and the 91 Hard. Here comes Lockie, the $2,500 winner of the Longhorn Classic at Billy White's Timberline Speedway a few years ago. And here he comes to make some contact with a 4-car. And shooting up the hill is the Arkansas racer from Nashville of Rogers as they go door for second in the 1 and 2. Vic Jr. slowing down a little bit and opens up the door for Ingles. Ingles a little bit better on these after the race goes, a couple of laps after these restarts. But right now, Lockie trying to find a lane. Can't find it. Off of 4. Down the front straightaway. Look at this log jam. Oh, my. Oh. Michael Knighton has a right rear flat tire after the Club 20 car came to a screeching halt. The 366. So all of a sudden, both pair of Arkansas racers are done. Stick a fork in them. And here comes Ingles for the race lead. The 27 we get a caution. My goodness gracious. Now it's between him and the 91 of Kelly Lockie, who have been chipping away at the race lead. And will it pay dividends for either one? Will the 4 Vic Jr. go to ABC Auto Parts Victor Lane? The lights are out. We're back ready to play. Here we go at Boot Hill. A great timed restart for the 81 of Rinky Ingles. And outside line momentum works to the advantage of the 91, though, as he storms off into 1 and 2. This is wild right now. Off of 2. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Lockie. Kelly Lockie on the mat now. Into turn number 3. Kelly Lockie going to pull back to the back bumper to the number 4 car. They got in. He ruffled a little bit of feathers with him on that last green flag run. Of course, nothing intentional. Just racing hard, trying to get everything they can right now. There's not a quicker lane, like real far up high on the racetrack where the 91 can just sit. Oh, my goodness. Ricky Ingles just slid right up in front of the nose of the 91 of Lockie. Lockie may not like that too much, and I don't expect that he would. And off of 4. Ingles made a bold move. That was a bold move for Ricky Ingles. Oh, my goodness gracious. Look at this. I mean, it is wild right now. Ricky Ingles just gave him the old... And I think Kelly Lockie, I don't know if Lockie's aggravated or... Imagine he might be a little hot underneath the collar. But Doug Vick Jr. just goes from in-house to the outhouse, and he's going to come to a stop and bring out the caution. Right along Longview, Texas. The Tyler Texan and the Wascom Texan, 2nd and 3rd. The lights are going to go out. We're going to get back underway with 6 laps to go. Here we go. And Kelly Lockie timed that inside lane perfectly, and he'll try to storm to the inside of the Colt 45, and he'll grab the 2nd spot back, but Rasco tries to iron it back out, and he can't. And the 74 is going to come to a halt, and he gets on reverse, but he will keep it green. We'll keep it going. Off of 4, Lockie sliding up there off the exit of corner number 4, opens up the door. Here comes Cameron Furr, the 18-year-old youngster out of Gladewater, Texas, throws his hat into the ring and becomes a player, slides up in front of the nose of the 34 junior for 4th. Down the back straightaway off the exit of 2 and into turn number 3. Ricky Ingles marching away now. Setting sail out front. It's hard to do. You can't allow that to happen because clean racetrack for the front end of that machine is not going to bode well for the rest of the competition. As Lockie equally may have as good of a car right now as Ricky does, but track position and real estate going to be at a premium here as we wind the laps down here in the late going. As they set off into 1. 4 laps to go the next time by. The 81 kind of nosedive there to the center of the corner, gets it ironed back out once again. Lockie continues to hold off the charge from the Colt 45 of Rasco. Rasco goes to the top side of the hill. Diamonds off the exit of corner number 4 with the 18-year-old Cameron Furr all over him off of 4. Cameron trying to thread the needle. He can't walk through the threshold. Now the Colt 45 goes to work on the inside of the 91 for 2nd. Lockie driving a flawless race tonight as next time by, it's going to be one more quarter-mile trip around the legendary speedway here since 1973, the home of the Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship. Ricky Ingles in 81. About a half a track away from his 7th overall win of the 2018 season. Dominant. G-O-N-E, he was gone with the win in this one, and he will do it again. 7th win of the year, 6th in the factory stocks. Ricky Ingles, age ain't nothing but a number, baby, 60 years old, gets his 6th win in the factory stocks in 2018 tonight. And wild factory stock race tonight, survival of the fittest, but I think the best car did score this victory. as Dean Rasco wins the track title, but the dominant force all year long in this laser race car built by Glenn Perry. Going to score his 6th factory stock win of the year. Didn't have his first one until June the 9th, and now he's got his 6th and his 7th overall on the season. And he'll try to get his back-to-back limited another limited win here tonight. He's not 61 yet, folks. He's still 60. But hey, age ain't nothing but a number, as they say. The driver to the number 81, Ricky Ingles, back in victory lane here in ABC Auto Parts Victory Lane. Ricky, I wouldn't discredit any of those other wins you've had, man. You absolutely had to earn all those wins in that second place at the King of the Hill. But man, you really had to get up on the wheel in this one tonight, didn't you?
Yeah, I hated that I got into Doug. I hope I didn't mess him up. They said he had a right rear flat, so that made me feel better that I didn't cause that.
From my vantage point, it didn't look like anything that you did or anybody. I think it was just hard racing out there, man. You guys are absolutely going hard out there, weren't you?
Yeah, it was close. It was really close. I couldn't quite get past Kelly as long as I was hooked on the bottom, and somehow I got by in there.
As competitive as you are, though, I know you come out here to have some fun. That had to have been a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, it's always fun when you're racing and coming from passing cars.
As good as this car's been, did you ever have any doubt, though, in that race? I mean, Kelly was really good. You guys, you made the bold move that you made in this race is off a 2 down the back straight. You slid up on the nose of the 91 and kind of took that line away from him. I think that's the move that kind of helped you win this race tonight. Would you agree with that?
Well, maybe it was. I thought I was clear him. I didn't mean to squeeze him up too much, but I thought I was clear him, you know.
You got to make bold moves like that to win races, right?
That's true. Yeah. You know, once you get so far in front, if you take it easy, you don't wreck nobody when you move like that. Sorry.
Only a few races left to go, man. You still got to run the limited tonight. You won the most recent race in that. Jason's doubled up this year. The Ingles seem to do that quite often. Can you get it done?
I'm going to give it a try.
We know you are. Hey, let's hear about all the great folks to help you out. It's been an awesome year for you, man. I'd say it's probably the best year you've had since, running this factory and obviously the limited modified, man. And what a year it's been. 7 total wins here at Boothill particularly.
Well, it's especially Joe Best, my co-owner, William. He's the greatest help there is. And Twin City Towing, that's Joe. Dirty South Custom, 98.9, 93.7, and everybody else that helps us.
That Willow, he can dial these cars in, too.
He works. Yeah, he gets it wild in. I don't have to do nothing to it.
Hey, you're the driver, though, man. You earned this one tonight. Congratulations to you, Ricky.
Thank you. Thank you, fans, for coming.
Absolutely. He said, thank all you great fans for coming. Give it. As I say, age ain't nothing but a number. 6 years old, still getting it done out here at Boothill. As good as he once was and good as he ever was. Ricky Ingles scores the win. Hey, race fans, everybody in the house, give it up for Dean Rasco, your factory stock points champion in 2018. Dean, you took over the points lead from Scott Young. We'll get that in a minute. You took over the points lead from the week prior to the King of the Hill, and you haven't looked back. You come in tonight with a 10-point advantage, and, man, it's been a pretty solid year for you, man. You got your 80th win here, and what a year it's been.
Man, we sat down back in December and decided, hey, we're going to try for a points championship. I ain't getting no younger, so we're going to shoot for it one more time. And then to look back that far to try to plan it, man, it is going to be a party tonight.
You had to face some adversity, too, to overcome to get this deal. I mean, it takes a lot of commitment. A lot of folks say, oh, we don't points race. The points may fall where they may. But, man, there's a lot of commitment. And, something to be said for coming out here and laying on the line week in and week out, man. It's grueling, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Takes a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of work, a lot of dedication from everybody. And my crew chief, Stan Boyd, I want to thank him and his family because, man, they put out a lot of time, and Joshua, he's going through recovery and everything. So Stan takes away a little time from him, and then we get him in the shop and let him work on it and stuff like that. So I want to thank my dad, my sponsors and all, and everybody for y'all that cheers and y'all that boo us, man. We love every one of y'all and appreciate y'all being here. And I remember when I was a little kid helping my daddy with his first race car, and I'm gonna tell on myself, this was back in the early 60s, but it was a dream to be here. And the past 2 nights, I didn't do much dreaming, but it's still a dream, man, to be 57 years old and get out here and run with these guys and have a blast. And everybody that helps us with the car, just thank everybody and thank every one of you fans, because we all spending y'all's hard-earned money to come support the races makes it all worthwhile.
Final thing is this. I mean, it's gotta be extra special. You and your dad. This is kind of what y'all do. This is what you've done since you were back in the fairgrounds. You know, at the Louisiana fairgrounds. They're racing over there when you were watching your father race. I mean, it's gotta be special because whenever you quit driving for Ricky Nichols, you set out to do this. You have some great backers, supporters on this Colt 45 program. But it's something that you can go over there and hug your daddy's neck and say, you know, we did it again, man. It's gotta be special for you, Dean.
Yeah, it's real special. He'll be 80 next week, and when Mr. Nichols got out, I said, "Look, Dad, I'm gonna get to be as good a driver as you are. I'm gonna sit in the grandstands beside you and tell them how they should have did it." He said, "Oh hell no, I ain't but 77 years old. We're gonna build a new one."
Go ahead.
He's my inspiration. Dad's been with that rheumatoid arthritis and has been disabled since he was 43 years old, and every morning see him get out of bed. Hell, he does 30 sit-ups before he gets out of bed every morning, and I can't complain about anything because I've seen the pain he's went through for the past 40 years, and I love him with every heartbeat, and his inspiration's got me where I'm at today, and it's all him and my mom and everybody else that helps us, you know, and I'm the lucky fart that gets to drive.
Yeah. You're pretty good at driving, Dean. Congratulations on a track title, man. You won 1995 Louisiana State Championship. You won mini race here in the hot stocks. You're one of the staples here. We don't have the largest crowd here on the year, but I guarantee you each and one of these fans have probably seen you go to victory lane at one point in time in your career. I want to say, man, outstanding job. I don't know how much longer you'll do this, man, but it sure has been a pleasure watching you race. Congratulations, and to your father, man. He's certainly an inspiration to me as well. He's an awesome friend, and congratulations to you, Dean. You earned it, man.
Thank you, and thank all y'all that support Boothill Speedway, the owners of Boothill Speedway that's turned this place around, and it's a whole heck of a lot of fun to come out here knowing you got a fair shake with everybody, and we come up a little short tonight, but by golly, we were trying.
Congratulations to you, Dean.
Thank y'all.
Dean Rasco, ladies and gentlemen, from Bockham, Texas, your points champion in 2018. 2018 season. 199 of Big Mike Hudson's on the outside of the front row alongside Collier. Inside of 2 from Atlanta, Texas, Eddie Brewer. The lights are out. Mark Wittig outside of row number 2. Tyler Moore from Marshall in the red number 3. James Peace in the 11. Ben McGuff gave the 3 a shot in the shorts there in the 1. Here comes Mark Wittig in the 7. Is that a Volkswagen Rabbit? Mark Wittig trying to stalk the tail tank of the number 199 of Big Mike Hudson for the race lead. He'll come around and send it down into 3 and off of turn number 4 this time. The 4 cylinders are ripping around the Boothill Speedway here in the main event. Mark Wittig going to take over the top spot from the 199 of Hudson. They're door-to-door for 4th. Collier losing a little bit of momentum there. a race through lap traffic tonight, Mark Wittig, a regular at the Rose Bowl Speedway in Winona, is out front marching to the beat of his own drum here in the great state of Louisiana tonight in the 7. 1 in the laps down on this 4-cylinder main event. We have 1 race left to go after this one. It'll be your limited modified A main, which should be a good one tonight. Jody Davidson, Ricky Ingalls, and Stephen Guidry, and many more. David Mitchell. Don't forget about David Mitchell. Going to be starting on the pole of the main event tonight, and that's coming up. Don't go anywhere. And the 199 of Michael Hudson. Going to take over the race lead from the 7 of Mark Wittig. And here comes Tyler Moore, who will throw his hat into the ring here late. 1.5 laps to go in the meet the midpoint of the back straightaway. Mark Wittig is slowing down and losing steam in the number 7 machine. Oh my goodness. I thought that dude was finished. The 7 is coming up limp at the top of turn number 3. Final time down the back straightaway for the driver to the 199 of Michael Hudson. The veteran racers get it done tonight. Ricky Ingalls went to victory lane previously, and now the 199 of Big Mike Hudson goes back to victory lane for his 3rd win of the year. So we'll get a word with your track champion here, 2-time reigning track champ Chris Collier in the number 14, as well as your winner in the 199 car tonight, Big Mike Hudson.
That car's been here before? Yeah.
And the Mazda 3. The Rotary gets it done again tonight. Makes you want to have a Red Bull. Hey, he don't need one. The veteran racers get it done tonight. Give it up, race fans. Everyone left in the house for Big Mike Hudson in 199. Mike, you've been a frequent flyer here at ABC Auto Parts Victory Lane, and you find your way down here again tonight. That 7 car, Mark Wittig, he jumped out front there on you, but racing through lap traffic, you were able to get the top spot back. I'm not sure what happened. He lost some power there in the 7, but man, he made you get up on the wheel and earn this one tonight, Mike.
It's a real fast car. Fast car. Good driver.
What kind of car is that? I can't tell from my vantage point.
It's a Focus, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I guess. All right. I don't know. He must be a cop too. That's a pretty cool looking car. But I like the design you have and he has. But I think that's probably the toughest, the most you've had to get up on the wheel in this class and actually have to go grab a victory, isn't it?
Well, I'm having to follow these fast guys and learn how fast you can go in. You can go in a little bit faster. They're teaching me that.
When the racetrack's a little more heavy like this, these front wheel drive cars, obviously when the track's dry slick, you can drive off in the corner, it'll skate and push like a dump truck. But when it's pretty tacky like this, you can drive that thing into the corner hard, can't you?
Oh, man, this is a fine track tonight. Considering how much rain that they've had, I thought he did an excellent job getting this track ready.
Absolutely, sure did, no doubt about it, man. Let's hear about the folks that help you out, Mike.
Well, Stonewall Transmission, XL Motorsports, Green Acres Automotive, and Bell's Towing.
I mean, I asked you a little bit ago, not that it matters that much, but how old are you?
In November, I'll be 70 years old.
70 years old. That's pretty dang impressive, man. I had a fan ask me earlier how old you were, so I was just curious.
I love to outrun these 16-year-olds.
I know you do. Hey, you look good doing it, man. Congratulations. Little Mike Hudson's pretty good. Big Mike still got it too, man. Congratulations on another victory tonight, my friend.
I appreciate you. I do enjoy these interviews. They just don't come often enough.
Hey, I enjoy them too, man. I really appreciate you appreciate them. So we'll see you next time. Best of luck next week.
Thank you very much, Zach.
Give it up for him, race fans. Big Mike Hudson scores the 4-cylinder win tonight and gets up on it. Yeah. Hey, give it up for Chris. Hey, race fans, y'all quit being so shy. We only have one more race to go. Everybody left in the house. Put your hands together for Chris Collier. Chris, how old are you now? 15, 16?
16.
Goodness gracious, kids are 16 now. Hey, man, you had an awesome year. Back-to-back track champion here at Boothill Speedway, man. It's got to mean a lot.
Oh, yeah, that's a big accomplishment getting the 2 years in a row for sure.
He started up on the front row tonight. 199 was quick. The 7 car was real quick as well. He's having some troubles here, but man, it's tough to win in this class, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, we just couldn't hold the position tonight. Everyone else was too much faster than we were.
You went on a string to win 3 straight, though, back in June. That had to be pretty good feather in your cap. You obviously picked up a lot of confidence from there. That's where really when you checked out on this track title.
Oh, yeah, that helped a whole bunch with the points and all that.
Let's hear about all the folks that help you out in this team, man, that help you get out here week in and week out.
It's just my dad and my grandpa right now, really.
Are you from Wascom?
I'm from Marshall.
I'm sorry, Marshall. You're the Marshall Mafia stable. They do it again, man. No surprise there. What got you into racing, though? I have to ask.
My dad used to race mini stocks back in the day.
Who's that?
Eddie Collier.
Get out of here. 55?
Yes, sir.
I was talking about him earlier. I didn't know if there was any relation. I tell Eddie that I'm Todd Clark's son, and I'll be over there. I'm going to shake his hand later. I remember Irvin raced the 54 too, right?
Oh, yeah, that's my uncle.
The orange 54. Yeah, all right. We can talk all day. Hey, man, congratulations. You come from a great line of racers. Them dudes dominated back in the day at mini stock. So congratulations to you. You've got it honest.
Thank you.
Give it up for him, folks. Chris Collier scores the victory, or scores the track championship here at Boothill tonight. Ashdown, Arkansas's David Mitchell from the front row will fire and get us underway. The opening thundering herd underway down the back straightaway in the final race of the night here at the legendary Boothill Speedway. The last race before we head into the 46th annual Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship. A big bottle that time through 3 and 4 for the 88 of Ashdown, Arkansas's David Mitchell. As Ricky Ingalls is setting his crosshairs to the back deck lid of the number 90 of Jody Davidson for the race lead. A bottle that time off of over for the 88 of Mitchell allows the 15 of Denny G to scoot by to go to third. A bottle that time there off the exit of the number 2 for your race leader. And look at Jason Ingalls just trying to split the gap and get 2 for the price of 1. He'll go to the inside of the 17-year-old Boone Evans from Bullard. And off of 4. That's a war being waged here. Middle of the pack. Look out. Oh, my goodness. Boone Evans got a little cattywampus. He's able to corral it. But right now, back in the 4th spot, the 88 of David Mitchell, trying to hold back the advances of the K1 of Guidry. Lap traffic already playing a factor and coming into the play here. Ingalls setting sights on the back deck lid of the Western Flyer chassis number 90 of Jody Davidson. Davidson could get out of here tonight with being the winningest driver in this class all season long. And here comes Ingalls to the inside for the race lead. Lap traffic, oh my goodness gracious. Ricky Ingalls takes advantage of the 90 of Davidson as they race through lap traffic and make contact with the lap traffic. Chase Morgan out of Box Springs, Texas becomes a victim of circumstance. And here comes Denny Gabar, a one-time winner here this year. He'll roll to the hub of the racetrack off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway in the 1. Jody Davidson just got himself a new John McLemore PTS power plant put underneath the hood of that number 90 Western Flyer built by Curtis Allen this week. Down the back straightaway, Denny Gabar up on the wheel tonight. The 2012 Texas Motor Speedway World Dirt Track Champion. Going to roll to the inside of the 90 and dispose of him. He'll relegate him to 3rd. And the caution flag waves. Who will it be tonight? We're back underway. Jody D rolls his way back up to 2nd, but not before the 15 powers back to his inside, but Davidson holds it at the line. Denny Gabar rolls the hub and rolls it well. As the 90 Davidson slipped up over the cushion. Setting a tour pace around the Boothill Speedway tonight, his home racetrack. Down the back straightaway, the best battle is for 3rd in the 3. K1 and Guidry around the hub. Davidson still driving that car as hard as he can possibly drive it. Won last Sunday evening at the Arklatex Speedway. Or Labor Day weekend, if you will, on that Sunday. Lap traffic is disposed of by the 81. He gets through unscathed. Heading into 1. Ingalls out front with the lead. Well, this lap traffic balling up. These lap cars are separated by about the same distance on the racetrack right now, so I'm not sure that it'll play a factor. But it has to be mentioned because you never can be too sure. Then the turns 1 and 2. Heading down the back straightaway into 3. 81 of Ingles dominating, but here comes Denny G. Denny Gabar from Frankston. Oh, there it went! Lap traffic playing a factor in the nice limited modified main event. Ingles says, oh my God, I gotta go and go now. He knows he's gotta go, Austin Wilkins, in the turn number 3. Oh my goodness, and here comes Denny. He's got all caution of the wind thrown out the window with his hair blazing. Here, what hair he's got left. I love you, Denny, I'm just kidding. Into 1, here comes Denny G. Denny Guyver, Denny G, Denny Gabar, whatever you want to call him. He's got a hot rod tonight. He's got it deep there in the turn number 3. The pair of East Texas is going to go right up for the top spot. 2 laps to go. 2 to go to settle the score, and it's a dandy. You're going to have to throw it over your shoulder. Deep app in the turn number 3. All the turn number 4. Ingles having trouble, but the white flag is out. Denny Gabar is going to have to go. The center of the hourglass is evaporated, but he'll have to pull a rabbit out of the hat and pull a Houdini. Oh my goodness, and there it went. No Houdini tricks to be made. He'll go back to back. 2 for 2 here at Boothill. And how about it? 8 wins on the year for Ricky Ingles at 81. State championship, so y'all tell your friends late models will be here next week, okay? Late models, modifieds will be back, limiteds, factory stocks, pro mods, you get the whole enchilada. So y'all bring a nice crowd here next week and we'll have some fun. Hope to see you here. But hey, for the second time tonight, everybody don't be shy. You've been real shy tonight. Go ahead and give him a hand for Ricky Ingles at 81. Ricky, I don't mean to put pressure on you when I ask get it done, because I think we know that you can get it done. Let's stand over here a little more to the right. Man, that lap traffic though, it appeared once you've got out front and started setting sail, looked like you'd have this one in the bag, but man, that lap traffic down in turn 1, man, I had to definitely have you a little nervous there for a moment.
Yeah, it was pretty close. This deal on the front straightaway, what cost Jody the lead, but hey, that's a racing.
Oftentimes, because you're in the catbird seat, sitting in second or third, I mean, you're right where you want to be. I mean, I'm sure you wouldn't want to be in his position in that same scenario.
Exactly right. It was more fun from starting third than it would have been from the pole, for sure. You can always go backwards from the front, but you can go forward from anywhere else.
Your 7th win on the year, second most for all drivers here this year. Vic Jr., of course, has 10 in the Pro Mod, but between 2 different classes, this is actually your 8th win now. 8th, man, that's pretty impressive what you've been able to do. Since you started running the factory in the limited, have you doubled up? I don't think that you've won in both classes on the same night.
No, that's first. I've been working all year since I got the first couple of wins in the factory. I wanted to get a double, and it finally happened tonight, so I'm proud for everybody.
For as many years as you've been racing, I know that like Jason would pull the mod and the limited out for quite some time, but you never really raced mods, and you're running late models. It wasn't ever really a second thought to bring another car to the track. I mean, you had to really focus on that late model, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of work goes in one of them cars, just like there is a modified.
Yeah. I mean, it has to be a testament, a lot of help to have 2 cars out here to be consistent, be competitive, and not only that, just win races. I know that I'm sure you have a lot of help, some guys you'd like to thank to help you do this.
Well, I'd like to thank Jason, my car owner, of course, IRP Race Cars, and William and Joe Best for helping me. I couldn't do it without them. They helped on both cars, and it really pays off.
I think you're as good as you once were, as good as you ever were. It's impressive watching you, man.
It's coming around. I've had my doubts at times. We've had some rough times this year and the last couple of years, but it's doing all right.
I've asked you a lot. I'm sorry, man.
I'm pleased.
I hate to cut you off. I did not mean to. Last thing, I mean, I asked you a lot of questions over these win streaks you've been on here lately, but was there any point in time in your racing career that you thought about maybe hanging it up for good? I mean, after late models kind of went away in the region, did Ricky Ingles ever think about hanging up the helmet?
Well, I did once already. You know, Keith come along and wanted me to drive his limited, and it started all again. Once you come, you can't stay away.
It's hard, man. It's a bad fever, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't come to the races and watch once you've driven them.
You've got the right dose of dominance right now. Congratulations to you, Ricky. You earned another one.
Okay, thank you.
Good up for him, folks. Ricky Ingles gets the job done again tonight and scores the limited modified victory and your factory stock win. He deserves your round of applause for all 7 of you that are still here. We thank y'all so much for choosing Boothill Speedway as your official racing destination. Next week, it'll be the 46th annual